Hi friends, thanks for coming back and visiting with me. I am mixing up some old paint that I did on my tutorial that I did that I'm going to be remaking. I did end up getting a different phone, so I will be using a Samsung versus an iPhone. We're going to try to do some live feeds again. So some of the paint that I had left over, this is a real pretty green. It was Ultramarine blue, the Phthalo blue, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and burnt umber, and a little bright red. And this is oils from Reeves paints. And I also added a little bit of Galkyd Lite. And what this will do is will dry the painting faster. And all I'm going to do is just make it for background painting. Now once you get the oil on here, the oil paints, you let it dry, and then you just put your clear medium such as linseed oil, another oil with Bob Ross. It is your clear medium. I think, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And then you want to put oil back on top, but you don't want to go back with acrylic. So acrylic first, then oil. But if you do an oil base like this, you want to keep oil. So it's good to mark your canvas on the back side. If this is something that you're going to do a lot, or use acrylics as a background, go ahead and mark them so that you know for sure that the kind of paint it is. Because sometimes we just, we forget. So you can add that with a pencil on the back of your canvas. So I'm just going to use a flat brush. I don't like to waste any kind of paints. I'm highly conservative. And so this is just one method that I've learned a long time ago, just to keep using the paints. And with the Galkyd Lite, it just dries faster, so it can dry in a couple days versus several months. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover up. And we're not using any Everclear on the bottom or linseed oil, or we're not going to use any kind of other medium on the bottom. That's why it's going to be just a little tacky getting started. You just want to go into different strokes, going from vertical to horizontal, and just to cover your canvas. This canvas right here, I do believe it is a 12 by 16 canvas. Michaels has sale on canvases right now, and to get your canvases tight on the back, you would spray water and let it dry, and it will get nice and tight for you. Some people will go ahead and also sand it down to make it super fine. I've also used different, make my own gesso, so I do color gesso as well. A lot of the great artists in the past always made their own gesso. So there's lots of different things that you can do to prep your canvas. So some of this has kind of been drying a little bit, so you can just wipe off your brush right there and get the drying pieces of paint right there. So I didn't cover up my paint at all, and this is still moving really nice. There's lots of different videos that uses dark backgrounds, and just like I did my video on the sycamores fall foliage, was all done on the back of backgrounds. You could do the same type of things with it. Instead of using gesso, you can go into using white and gray paint, and again, you want to use the Galkyd Lite to get it to dry faster. I really like that. I'm glad Gamblin has some things that dry a little bit faster. I know, is it Dana? on YouTube. She uses it in her professional paintings because she does a lot of water, and she has just posted up a new sunflower piece, and a lot of that was done with the Galkyd Lite mixed with her oil paints. I'll just keep going along and kind of spreading it out. I wasn't sure if all of this would cover a 12 by 16, but we're just gonna get somewhat covered here. Because if we don't, that's okay too, because then we can have parts of it that is lighter than the other, and then we can go ahead and do something lighter like that. This corner could be a light source instead of, you know, turning this the other way upright. See, that already looks like you know, a forest, and then we have a light source right here. So it's okay if you don't get it all covered, because you can still be imaginative and you can still be creative and add so many different effects onto canvas. You know, there's really no wrong way to do it. I'm sure all the masters learned from each other and adapted and also changed. That's what's so inventive about art. You know, don't be constricted. Think outside the box. Think of, you know, just do it. You know, just like Nike, just do it, and just compete with yourself, and how you can just, you know, enjoy this process of just doing some things different. And I know not a lot of people will use your oil paints like this, but man, I tell you what, if you have a, you know, extra canvas on hand and you have paint and you just don't want it to go bad, or just like a beautiful shade that would make great as a background, you know, go ahead and use it. This is just a great way. Instead of letting, you know, months and months go by, you know, this will be dry in a couple days, and then you'll be seeing me doing some beautiful artwork on here. So I'm currently in Branson, Missouri, doing trail rides for Pot of Gold Western Adventure. So right now it's snowing out, so I kind of want to get into the fall theme of things before everything is really covered up with snow. So, you know, I'm using a lot of my paint here. We're just going to see if we can get this to go just a little bit further. So just taking my brush, and I'm going to just kind of use everything I have and just keep smoothing it out, and try to get as much of an even coat distributed all the way through your painting. And again, this is just the background. We're gonna do some, I was thinking even doing like waves and stuff next. Maybe I'll do that on a white surface with some white medium, and I'll show you how to even make your own white medium, because I know I need to make some. I'll probably need to get some more jars if I'm gonna make a lot. And I was gonna get just, you know, probably like a more conservative base of oil, and then you have linseed oil. You got a lot of that, and you can make it yourself with white paint. You can also make your own liquid black with a black oil as well. So now I'm just, see, I did get that to go all the way over. So this is going to be just a really nice way of using up your oil paints, and to have it dry in a, you know, timely manner that you can use your canvas. So I'm going to go over and get some of these dry pieces off, because I don't want to dry it on my canvas. There you go. Some of it's getting down into the wax paper. I have wax paper here. There's some people who put newspaper down, but then they'll put like cling wrap on. I've done that too, but I kind of think wax paper is nice because it wipes without spreading everywhere. As far as the, you know, the cling wrap, seems like it kind of clings a little too much, but it's kind of preference. Everybody does their things differently, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it how you want to do it. So right now I want kind of all my strokes to go vertical, and just kind of get everything going one way so it dries that way. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We got this almost all done. So we'll just kind of go over. It doesn't matter if it's vertical or horizontal, you just want to kind of go all the same way. And even if there is some paint, dried paint on here, it doesn't really matter either, because you're going to be covering up and do layers as well. So that's the great thing about oil painting, is that you can use lots of different layers, and you just keep building it up. There we go. So here's a really nice background and all those colors that I mentioned. Thank you so much for watching. If there is any other things that you want to watch, you want to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I have a blog that has a lot of my masterpieces in digital mode, and also I do professional photography. Is all on Fine Art America. So thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed this tip using your background oils. So this will dry in a couple days, and we'll be using it for another painting. So thank you, and we'll talk to you again.